Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight we have news for you. Another set of text messages between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page of the FBI has been released. The text suggests that the FBI was directly briefing the Obama White House in the early stages of its investigation of the Trump campaign. If true, this of course would prove as false the former president's claim that he was not involved in FBI business. Byron New York is chief political correspondent for the Washington Examiner, and he joins us tonight. Byron, what do we learn from these?
Well, first of all, it's not really a new set of texts. That's one thing we learned, because this is not some new batch that just went over to Congress. Yes. These texts were released earlier, and they were redacted. They were blacked out. And remember what the Justice Department said to Congress. They said, well, Strzok and Page are having an affair. I mean, that's private stuff,
yes,
personal stuff, so we're going to black that out. And Congress said fine. And then they started looking at what was sent over, and there were things like meeting tomorrow in so-and-so's office, and the name would be blacked out, and they thought, well, that doesn't sound like personal stuff. And some of these names were names like Dennis McDonough, the chief of staff in the Obama White House. So that has made a number of members of the House Judiciary Committee very suspicious of what they're getting from Congress, from the Justice Department on this. Now, the bigger picture is they have been trying to find out in how far knowledge of things like the Trump dossier, the allegations in the Trump dossier, how far did that go up the chain in the Obama administration? Remember, we first thought it was just a few people at the FBI. Then it went higher in the FBI. Then it was the State Department. And now it looks like the White House, too.
And the context for this is the most tense and significant presidential campaign of our lifetimes, where everything kind of hung in the balance, including the Obama legacy. So I was just watching another channel where a very famous lawyer on CNN was telling us that you'd really have to be a nutcase to find any of this interesting, their conspiracy theories. Why wouldn't ordinary Americans of any political persuasion have an interest in knowing if one party is using intel agencies to spy on the other?
Well, you would think they would. As a matter of fact, that's what this new Inspector General investigation that we just heard about yesterday is about. When you hear Republicans say things like FISA abuse, it's about FISA abuse, it's really looking at the Trump dossier. It's looking at how did this happen? How did this British spy, former British spy, Christopher Steele, come to do it? How did he get in touch with the FBI? Why did the FBI agree to pay him for this when he was at the same time being paid by the Clinton?
So why is it, I mean, those are obvious questions. And again, I think everybody has an interest in getting the answers. Why is it so hard to find out the answer? The simple one, was the FBI paying Steele for this dossier?
Yeah.
Not hard. Why don't we know?
The reason we don't know is because the Justice Department has been very, very tight-lipped on all of this. And there are some investigators in Congress. We know who they are. The House Intelligence Committee, the Senate Judiciary Committee have in particular been looking at this. And it's been like pulling teeth for a year about this. The Justice Department has been open about some things, has not been open about other things. For example, when they started the investigation, when the FBI officially started its investigation, they actually make a document to memorialize what they've done. It was in July of 2016. What's in it? We don't know. They haven't handed it over. So it's been requested and requested and requested. So we've seen this continuous fight. And it's been a bit of a surprise for Republicans, because they thought, well, we're Republicans in Congress, and those are Republicans in the Justice Department. They'll cooperate with us. I think what we've learned is the institutional prerogatives at the FBI, the Justice Department, maybe are more powerful than any other factor.
They supersede partisanship. That's right. But as the Washington Post reminds us, democracy dies in darkness, and we have a right to know. Thank you very much, Byron.
Thank you, Tucker.
Appreciate it.